Welcome to the HFY Tales channel. Remember to like and subscribe if you like the story. Enjoy and take care. Emma sat on her couch, surrounded by a fortress of pillows, her favorite horror comedy playing in the background. It was one of those lazy Sunday afternoons when time slipped away while she indulged in Netflix binge watching. With a bowl of microwave popcorn in hand, she absent-mindedly munched while scrolling through her phone. Then she felt it. A sensation that wasn't just the result of bad pizza, but something entirely different. As the realization struck her, she blurted, "No, no, no!" Panic tightened her throat. She remembered Zorak, her breathtaking alien boyfriend, whose rugged charm and mesmerizing eyes had swept her off her feet. But the revelation that she might be pregnant sent her heart racing faster than her last adrenaline-fueled encounter with him. Emma leaped off the couch and sprinted to the bathroom. Okay, just a test, nothing dramatic. What could possibly go wrong? After what felt like an eternity, she stared at the stick, her heart pacing like the soundtrack of a horror movie. The two pink lines glaring back at her solidified the magnitude of the moment. "Oh my galactic goddess," Emma gasped, exhilaration mixing with disbelief. After the initial shock faded, excitement began to bubble up within her. "I'm going to be a mother!" She performed a victory dance around the living room, filled with joy, until reality hit. She'd have to share this news with her parents. "Mom, Dad, I'm pregnant." "Oh, and the father is an alien warrior," Emma groaned, collapsing onto her bed. Why did I have to fall in love with an alien? Resigned to her fate, she picked up her phone, contemplating a call to her mom, Diane. After 3 deep breaths to calm her nerves, she dialed. The ringing felt endless. When her mom finally answered, Emma's voice trembled. "Hi, Mom. Can we talk?" "Of course, sweetie. What's up?" Diane's warm, familiar voice made Emma feel slightly at ease. Well, Emma paced nervously. "There's something important I need to tell you." "Is it about your job? You're not quitting, are you? Your father and I are so proud of you," Diane exclaimed, jumping to conclusions. "No, not my job. It's personal." Emma felt anxiety swell. "I'm pregnant." A long pause ensued, making Emma wonder if the call had dropped. "Pregnant?" Diane finally repeated, her shock palpable. "But you and that nice boy Zorak only just started seeing each other, right?" Yeah, Mom, but that's the thing." Emma hesitated. "He's not just any boy. He's literally an alien from outer space." "Alien? What do you mean? Are you sure you're not mixing him up with one of your horror movies?" Diane's laughter echoed confusion. "No, Mom, I'm serious," Emma cried. "He has super strength and—" She paused again, contemplating how much to reveal. "And his eyes are a mesmerizing teal." "Teal, like tomato red or something kooky," Diane teased. "More like a shimmering jewel with an intensity to make your heart race." "Wait, since when do you like him that much?" Diane interrupted. "Mom, focus!" Emma exclaimed, exasperated. "I'm having his baby." The silence that followed thickened the air. "How do you know it's his?" Diane's voice dropped, turning conspiratorial. "Have you been seeing other aliens?" Emma was taken aback. "What? No. I'm not dating an alien harem, Mom." Okay, Diane giggled, trying to lighten the moment. "So what does Zorak think about this?" Emma bit her lip, recalling Zorak's goofy grin. "I haven't told him yet. I wanted to discuss it with you first." "Oh, sweetie, you need to. We must know if he can provide for you and the baby." Diane's serious tone reflected her maternal instincts. "Mom, he's not running away. We love each other," Emma asserted, determined to convey the depth of her feelings. "But how do I introduce a male alien warrior to you and Dad?" "Fight him for my love," Diane quipped, picturing an epic showdown aimed at securing her daughter's happiness. "Mom," Emma chuckled despite herself, "can you just be supportive for once?" All right. But you know how your dad will react when he hears alien. Just focus on how much he loves you, and that should soften him up." "Thanks, Mom." Emma smiled, feeling hopeful as she prepared for the challenge ahead. "Can't wait to meet our soon-to-be grand alien child," Diane said cheerfully before hanging up, leaving Emma balancing disbelief with excitement. "Mom, can you hear me?" Emma asked as she paced around her apartment, still buzzing from the earlier phone call. Her heart raced for a different reason now. She glanced at the fluffy couch. the one she and Zorak had sat on while cuddling. What if he can't handle my parents? What if he does something over the top? Emma took a deep breath and readied herself for the next step, telling Zorak about the pregnancy. How does one introduce such a life-altering concept to a man who wielded a sword like it was an extension of his body? Later that day, Zorak arrived, causing the doorframe to creak ominously. He stood there, strong and rugged, his teal skin glistening in the afternoon sun. The moment he stepped inside, he didn't just enter her personal space, he claimed it. "Emma," he boomed, his deep voice echoing through the entrance, bringing an infectious energy. "Your planet smells intriguing." He stepped inside, the ground vibrating slightly beneath his feet, and Emma felt like she was inviting in a force of nature. Yes, well, I did some cleaning," Emma stammered, attempting to mask any unease as Zorak's expressive eyes scanned her apartment, taking in every detail. "Welcome to my world, Zorak." His gaze flickered to her collection of knickknacks, decorative figurines and trinkets lining the shelves. Each piece whispered tales of her earthly life. "What is this?" He held up a small, cat-shaped figurine wearing a cowboy hat, as if it were an artifact from a treasure trove. "That's a cat," Emma replied, stifling laughter. "It wears a hat. It's a joke gift from a friend." Zorak's brow furrowed in confusion. Why would one need a hat on a fuzzy creature? Such honest inquiries often provided humorous insight into his character. "It's for entertainment. Earth humor is complicated," she explained, her giggles breaking through her nervousness while Zorak inspected her sacred cat. His confusion only deepened as he explored, lifting a mini cactus. "And this creature? Is it a spike-driven defensive warrior?" Emma burst out laughing. "No, just a plant. But you can't eat it, that's for sure." As he wandered into her cozy kitchen, he suddenly paused, a formidable shadow casting over the dining table. "This is small," he said, eyeing the space critically as if appraising a training ground. "Yeah, Earth kitchens aren't like a galactic battle station," Emma replied, trying to sound relaxed while internally chuckling at his serious expression. "Let's just try to make a simple dinner." With newfound determination glistening in his eyes, Zorak declared, "Allow me to prepare a feast worthy of your family." He began rummaging through cabinets as if expecting to find culinary weapons, each movement characterized by a warrior's confidence. Emma watched in awe and horror as Zorak uncapped jars with reckless abandon. "What is this?" he exclaimed, holding up a bottle of olive oil like it was an alien elixir. "That's olive oil. It's for cooking," she said. But Zorak was too invested in his exploration to absorb the nuances. In a sudden burst of creativity, he poured a small mountain of flour onto the countertop, splattering some across the floor with no regard. "Behold, the sacred grain of your people." He observed the flowing white powder with awe, beginning to mix it with water using a whisk, except he wasn't gently mixing, he was wrestling the whisk, as if battling a formidable foe. Emma doubled over in laughter, trying to imagine what her parents would think if Zorak had to cook for them while navigating through the delicate terrain of culinary technique. "Zorak, maybe ease up a bit on the combat techniques." Zorak paused mid-whisk, confusion radiating from him. "But this is how I prepare food." He flashed a grin, flour dusting his face like a rugged badge of honor. "All right, just try not to destroy my kitchen in the process, okay?" Emma giggled, helping him salvage the mess as they worked side by side. The playful tension shifted as Emma noticed her heart racing, not just from laughter, but the undeniable attraction that arose in their shared endeavors. As Zorak fumbled with cooking tools and ingredients, every serious attempt to demonstrate strength morphed into charming blunders filled with smiles. Suddenly, the doorbell rang, jolting them from their culinary chaos. "That's my parents," Emma exclaimed, her excitement tinged with anxiety. The moment of truth awaited her. How would they react to Zorak's charm and chaos? "Fear not, my Earthling," Zorak said, striking a dramatic pose with a well-placed spatula. "I will take on your family like I take on the fiercest of foes." Emma couldn't hold back her laughter at the sight of him, brandishing a spatula like it was a sword of valor. "Dramatic, but I love it," she declared. "Let's show them how special you are." With every ounce of excitement, she opened the door, revealing her parents, who stood frozen in awed confusion as they gazed at their daughter's warrior of love and culinary chaos. The air thickened with anticipation, and Emma wondered how wild things might get from here on out. The sun dipped lower in the sky as Emma savored the moments spent with Zorak, whose joyful antics in the kitchen brought humor to her day. But reality loomed as the clock ticked closer to dinner time, and the events that would unfold left Emma feeling a mix of adrenaline and anxiety. "All right, while you wrestle with your avocados, I need to figure out what my parents like to eat," Emma said, glancing at Zorak's focused expression as he attempted to chop bell peppers into oddly shaped pieces with determination. "Are you suggesting that your people create an event centered on food?" he asked, his eyelids narrowing in intrigue. Emma raised an eyebrow at his method, trying not to laugh as he nearly sliced the countertop in half. "Yeah, Earth food events are all about impressing them. You know, make them like you." He paused, dropping the knife dramatically. "Why would I need to impress them? I shall simply show my strength." Maybe not with strength," Emma corrected, smirking as she remembered how his show of strength usually ended in chaos. "My dad's more of a let's make peace kind of guy. Perhaps you should try a gentler approach." Zorak considered this. "Very well, I can display kindness. I can tactfully impress them." "Oh, I'm sure there's nothing to worry about," she teased. "Just throw a few compliments about their cooking skills, and you'll win them over." Suddenly, a wave of self-assurance washed over Zorak, transforming his demeanor. "Then prepare me." He stood tall, puffing out his chest. "What are some expressions of affection I must use?" Emma covered her mouth to stifle laughter. "Okay, maybe don't call them elderly food warriors or creators of culinary delights. Just stick to delicious, and follow with a casual thank you for having me." "An elderly food warrior I shall not be," Zorak echoed, albeit a bit too loudly, as he took a step back while triumphantly displaying a strangely chopped carrot like a trophy. At that moment, Emma noticed the clock inching closer to 6 o'clock, the time her parents were due to arrive. Panic set in again. "Zorak, we need to hurry. My parents are going to be here any minute." Zorak widened his eyes, hastily tossing the carrot aside. "I shall produce a feast fit for a queen." He hurriedly began prepping a dish from the alien cookbook Emma had gifted him, a humorous moment before the storm. As Emma joined Zorak in the kitchen like a comedic sidekick, they navigated this culinary realm. The scene was a beautiful chaos of flour, herbs, and Zorak's bizarre gadgetry whirring about, while she rated everything they needed to impress her parents. Suddenly, Zorak called across the kitchen, "Is this the sweet fruit of the earth?" He hoisted up a bizarre-looking fruit. Was it a kiwi or a lime? It had transformed into his showpiece. "Yes, perfect. Add that to the feast," Emma yelled, excitement bubbling within her. With chaos building and the delicious aroma thickening in the kitchen, Emma couldn't escape the thrill of anticipation mixed with dread. After a few moments, the dinner would become a battleground for introductions, emotions, and laughter. The doorbell rang, echoing through Emma's apartment, intensifying the whirlwind of emotions swirling within her. "It's showtime," she declared to Zorak, who stood confidently, showcasing his culinary masterpiece as if he were accepting an award. "Do not worry, Earthling," Zorak said, puffing out his chest again. "I am prepared to impress." Noting the seriousness in his voice, Emma couldn't help but chuckle, a mixture of amusement and dread that colored the atmosphere. Emma opened the door to her parents, Diane and Frank, whose expressions transformed from warmth to confusion as they stepped into the extravagant scene unfolding in her kitchen. The scent of roasted vegetables and something strangely aromatic filled the air. "Surprise," Emma announced, a little too enthusiastically, trying to mask her anxiety. Diane blinked, taking in the array of dishes spread across the table. "Oh my, what do we have here?" Her mother's brow furrowed with equal parts concern and curiosity. "Dinner," Zorak proclaimed, bowing dramatically. "I have prepared a feast for your gastronomic delight." Frank raised an eyebrow, stepping cautiously toward the table, examining the vibrant assortment of food, half of which he couldn't even identify. "What have you made?" "Earth food and a few alien specialties," Zorak responded with confidence, proudly placing his hands on his hips. Alien specialties? Diane murmured, eyeing a green dish with skepticism. Is that safe to eat? Fear not, Zorak assured her, for I have exercised utmost care in obtaining fresh ingredients. None shall harm you. Emma felt her face heat up. Zorak, remember, compassion, she urged, trying to fix her boyfriend's earnest but overwhelming approach. Zorak leaned down toward Diane, lowering his voice to a melodic tone. It appears I have also ensured deliciousness for your taste buds. He gently placed a hand over his heart, which became a charming gesture. Okay, Diane said, glancing at Emma, who could barely contain her laughter as Zorak took on the role of a dignified chef. Let us eat, Zorak beckoned dramatically, pulling out a chair for Diane with flair. And celebrate, for this day shall live in glory. With hesitant amusement, Emma guided her parents to the dining table. You know, he's doing his best, she whispered while settling in. Don't remind me, Diane replied under her breath, her eyes dancing with hilarity. As the family began eating, the chaos unfolded like a comedic performance. Zorak suddenly examined something on their plates, like it was a mystical artifact. Whenever he sampled something new, he'd gasp in delight or fumble in confusion, which had everyone struggling to hold back laughter. This is a brilliant creature of delight, Zorak exclaimed dramatically, chewing slowly on a piece of roasted zucchini. It bursts forth like a warrior in battle. Frank nearly choked on his food, trying to suppress his laughter. Are you comparing the vegetable to a battle? Absolutely. This one allows for a glorious fought taste, he responded earnestly, causing Emma to erupt in laughter while her parents exchanged incredulous looks. The banter flowed through the night, with Zorak animatedly mispronouncing terms and interpreting earthly customs through his unique cultural lens. Each blunder was laughable and adorably awkward. As the evening progressed, the atmosphere shifted from comedic confusion to heartfelt connection, and Emma felt a flutter of hope inside her. Zorak's charm began to dissolve her parents' initial reservations. Her dad chuckled frequently, and Diane's encouraging whispers gave Emma plenty of reassurance. Amidst the laughter, Zorak caught Emma's eye across the table, a hint of mischief playing on his lips. She knew those flickering emotions would create a bond stronger than any doubt. He discreetly reached for her hand beneath the table, intertwining their fingers with a sweet gesture. Earth warriors, Zorak began, raising his glass. I salute you for your valor in hosting visitors from afar. His booming voice filled the room, drawing broad smiles and nods from her parents. Diane returned the gesture, easing into the connection, her laughter ringing in the air. To our alien guest, she chimed, before taking a sip of her drink. Emma leaned closer to Zorak, the weight of her revelation still looming above. Yet she chose to savor this moment of joyous bonding before facing the truth, a truth that, once shared, would unravel any veil of laughter. As the family sat together around the table, the atmosphere sparked with warmth, creating an inviting space for the interactions that flowed like a rich vintage of laughter. Emma felt herself relax more with every passing moment. The anticipation of sharing her news lingered just beneath the surface, but for now she wanted to soak in the delight of the banter around her. Zorak animatedly depicted tales of his home, with his culture's peculiar customs. He detailed a ritual involving food fights, the kind that made Emma's parents burst out laughing. Wait a minute, so when you say they throw food, are they really trying to eat each other? Frank asked, wide-eyed and intrigued. No, we do not eat one another. That would be barbaric. We test our courage through throwing food at respected comrades, Zorak clarified, the pride in his eyes shining with each word. Emma giggled, shaking her head. Sounds like our family potlucks. We can be just as competitive when it comes to lasagna. Zorak leaned closer, his eyes sparkling. In my traditions, we show love through robust feasts, he declared, and sometimes engage in strategic quarrels that result in bountiful gifts. The victor earns great respect. Wow, that's incredibly romantic, Emma reflected, feeling warmth swirl between them. But we usually just give flowers or chocolates. Flowers are beautiful, Zorak responded, sometimes confused yet impressed. They decay quickly while meteors, no decay. Forever, Diane interjected. Maybe we can combine both traditions, a present of guiding stars wrapped in flowers. Zorak nodded vigorously, visibly excited. Yes, I shall demonstrate my honor with local flora so that it remains eternal in our affection. Emma felt tears of relief pool in her eyes, witnessing the potential for unity blossom right before her. But the joyous atmosphere reminded her of the truth she still had to share. As laughter filled every corner of the room, Emma knew it was her moment to speak up. Zorak, I need to tell you something. The laughter faded as she squeezed his hand, taking a steadying breath. I'm pregnant. Silence fell over the table. Zorak's expression froze as he processed her words. Her parents, equally stunned, exchanged looks ripe with questions. When? He asked finally, the gravity of his tone emphasizing the enormity of the moment. About 2 weeks ago, she replied quietly. I found out today and wanted to share the news. You are creating life, Zorak said with wide eyes. This is an honor, a worthy challenge for my heart. Emma's heart soared. She could feel the weight of love in his words. A rush of nerves, however, reminded her that the positive reaction alone wasn't enough. I know this will be challenging because my parents are traditional, she pointed out. I'd like your help in winning them over. I will learn your customs, Zorak vowed, determination flashing in his eyes. Together, we shall create a culture of love. Emma's heart swelled. I believe we can make it work, she said, a sense of hope igniting within her. The mood shifted as Emma's parents absorbed her announcement. Diane and Frank exchanged incredulous looks, processing their daughter's unexpected pregnancy. The laughter that had filled the space moments ago faded, replaced by seriousness. Frank collected himself first, adjusting his glasses as he leaned closer. Let me get this straight. You're saying you're pregnant with an alien's child? He probed, disbelief and concern mingling in his tone. Emma nodded hesitantly. Yes, Dad, and his name is Zorak. He's amazing. I didn't know how else to tell you. Her mother's brow creased, reflecting the myriad of emotions swirling inside her. But what does this mean? Can he provide for you and the baby? Mom, Zorak cares for me deeply. We're committed to this, Emma explained, desperation creeping into her voice. The concern in her parents' expressions pierced her heart. From another world does not give me a sense of security, Frank said. How can you ensure a stable environment for Emma and the baby? I'm learning Earth customs, Zorak exclaimed, his enthusiasm evident. I have prepared an effective culinary culture. He gestured to their partially devoured meal, a proud smile on his face. Diane chuckled softly and exchanged glances with Emma. Well, that's a start, and you'll need to help with the dishes too, right? But, Frank continued, sounding more serious, what about marriage? This isn't just a fling. This involves a baby. He leaned forward, urgency evident as he brought up the challenges of parenthood. Emma felt heat rise in her cheeks. We both want to embrace this challenge and build a family, she insisted, ready to make her case. Zorak stepped closer to Emma, passion igniting his spirit. We may not have conventional ceremonies, and I might not understand your customs entirely, but I will protect and honor her and our child. Emma's heart swelled as she felt the strength of his commitment beside her. She turned to her parents, hoping for understanding. What do you think, Mom, Dad? She asked, her voice trembling with anticipation. Well, Diane finally said, a small smile breaking through her previous concern. If you're committed, Emma, then maybe Zorak deserves a chance. Frank studied the situation keenly. A chance? He echoed, bemusement evident over his parental demeanor. This is a lot to process. Understanding isn't always conventional, Diane added softly. If the two of you are prepared to take on this adventure together, then why shouldn't we welcome it? Emma felt relief wash over her. Zorak's proud demeanor reassured her that they could face the challenges ahead. Soon, laughter echoed in the room, the atmosphere alive with positive energy, ready to embrace new traditions as they navigated this next chapter together. Oh, we're in for some wild cultural exchanges, Diane said with excitement. Prepare for the ultimate showcase of strengths, Zorak replied, grinning proudly. With laughter ringing through the evening, a blend of hope and anticipation filled the air, setting the stage for the unique journey that lay ahead. a world waiting for new experiences that combined love, laughter, and a few surprises from beyond the stars. With a newfound sense of acceptance, the atmosphere shifted, leaving each family member eager to explore this extraordinary journey. Emma's heart swelled as she watched her parents engage with Zorak, their curiosity blossoming into camaraderie. The evening unfolded spontaneously. They delved into discussions about cultural differences between Earth customs and Zorak's alien traditions, sharing laughs as they wove through the fabric of humor. "I want to understand more about your celebrations," Diane began, genuinely intrigued. "How do you honor relationships where you come from?" Zorak straightened, a glimmer of inspiration shining in his eyes. "In our culture, we showcase love through hearty feasts," he proclaimed animatedly. "We also engage in strategic contests resulting in valuable gifts. The victor earns respect." "Do you have ceremonial dances?" Diane inquired, even more fascinated. "The rite of cosmic motion," Zorak announced proudly. "A joyous tradition. Step forth and join me." With little time to prepare, Zorak started swaying to an enthusiastic rhythm, beckoning everyone to join. Emma laughed heartily as her parents giggled, caught by surprise. "Come on, everyone dance," Emma urged playfully. Under Zorak's charismatic leadership, a successful dance circle formed, laughter and cheer reverberating through the room. As laughter filled the air, Emma felt a rush of warmth, watching her parents and Zorak unite through music. The fusion of cultures creating a joyful celebration of acceptance and love. Eventually, in a quieter moment, Zorak pulled Emma aside. "You are my true companion in this adventure, Earthling," he murmured, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear. "And you are the most wonderful addition to my family," Emma replied, her heart brimming with love and excitement for what lay ahead. They shared laughter together, caressing dreams for the future, oblivious to the chaotic commotion around them, a blend of joy, laughter, and intense love filling the air as they embraced their unique family. As she gazed into Zorak's captivating eyes, Emma knew everything would be just fine. Together, they were ready for their unique adventure, a saga that stretched across worlds, family dynamics, and a love that knew no boundaries. Weeks flew by as Emma, Zorak, and her parents planned a celebration merging their cultures, a gathering that promised to weave together elements of Earth and Zorak's alien traditions. On the day of the big event, the house buzzed with energy as friends and family arrived, each bringing their own flair. Brightly colored decorations hung from the ceiling, a joyful blend of flowers, twinkling lights, and Zorak's cosmic trinkets arranged around the room. "Welcome to the cosmic celebration of unity," Zorak boomed, standing at the entrance to greet guests with enthusiasm. Mingling commenced, and everyone engaged in lively conversations. Emma marveled as Zorak effortlessly introduced her parents to his world, dazzling them with tales of cosmic adventures, peppered with humorous moments. "Do you have a ceremonial dance?" Diane inquired. "The rite of cosmic motion," Zorak announced with pride. "A joyous tradition. Step forth and participate." Without warning, Zorak started a rhythm, swaying and encouraging everyone to join in. Emma laughed as her parents giggled, though they hesitated to join him. "Come on, everyone dance," Emma encouraged, adding a lightheartedness to the vibrant gathering. Under Zorak's direction, a dance circle formed, laughter and cheer connecting everyone. As joyful sounds filled the room, Emma couldn't help but appreciate how Zorak and her parents united through music, the blend of cultures creating a spectacular moment of celebration. Eventually, in a quieter moment, Zorak pulled Emma aside. "You are my true companion in this adventure, Earthling," he murmured, a spark of love in his eyes. "And you are the most wonderful addition to my family," Emma replied, her heart brimming with love and excitement. They exchanged smiles, enveloped in the joy of the day, completely unaware of the joyful commotion surrounding them. Laughter and love blended the evening into a memorable tapestry of togetherness. As she gazed into Zorak's captivating eyes, Emma knew that everything would be fine. Together, they were ready for their unique journey, a saga that bridged worlds, family dynamics, and a love that knew no boundaries.